Good Erev Shabbos, a good Erev Shabbos. Today is not Friday, today is the Holy Erev Shabbos. A big Erev Shabbos today is Friday into Erev Shabbos number 200. We think our generous country is giving about most of them. Indians for a fish for a fish for a fish money that has been we are continuing to learn together by Yom Kecha. The Vitchemeyer Morgenstern has been taking us through why do we indulge, how do we indulge, how are we engaging in the physical, in the material, in the pleasures, and the joys, and the satisfaction of Shabbos. If Shabbos is Yom HaDeshmas, it's the day of our neshama. If our neshama is on fire, so why are we indulging in food and drink and delicacy and sleep and shluf and naps? So we spoke about the Ben Melech, Askinu Sudasa. We're being prepared for the Ben Melech, Sudasa de Malkasa. We are the king, we are the princes, the princesses, the children of the king. And we are bribing our body, distracting our body, indulging our body so that it allows the soul to flourish, to thrive, to elevate. Just like a person who's with boors who don't understand, we'll give them a l'chaim. They get a l'chaim, now they sing and dance. They're singing and dancing because of the lowly l'chaim. You're singing and dancing because you got good news. But you're happy to have someone to dance with. So the neshama is happy to have the guf, the body, to dance with. It distracts it by indulging it, and it allows the body. We spoke about three things, the three ways. L'estakel, to look at with an elevated way. Last week we spoke about. Number two, on haga, to act elevated, how we dress. Our demeanor, our appearance, our speech, our conduct, our behavior, our agenda for a Shabbos table. And number three, machshava, how we think, what's our intention, what's our mindfulness, how are we connecting. So Rabbi Efrem Goldberg goes on, and he says the following. We're in Bayam Darkecha on Shabbos, page Taf Yud Daled. Shabbos yom shal oneg b'dvekus. Shabbos is the day where we derive pleasure by clinging, by connecting, by gluing ourselves to Hashem. Ubo haruchnius mishtaleves bo'ofen tiv'i. You see, sometimes there's a conflict, there's tension between what comes naturally, what feels natural, our environment, our atmosphere. The natural thing for the neshama is to be at peace, is to be happy, is to be elevated, is to be connected to Hashem. But the world, it's not natural for the neshama to live in. It's a place of distraction, temptation, desire. It's a place of an animal impulse and an animal instinct and an animal life. When is it that the soul feels at home in its natural environment? Comfortable, at rest, at peace? On Shabbos. Ben HaMelech margesh zetivi lachyosim Hashem yisborach. The prince, the child of the king, feels it's natural to live with Hashem. Ki b'Shabbos ha'olam ha'tivi mischaber mishtaliv im haruchni. The natural environment of Shabbos connects to our nature, which is to be a spirit, to be a soul. Ki tzarach lachyos is a metzia shel neshama v'sadveka shel Hashem yisborach ki zehu ha'or shel Shabbos v'zehu ha'oneg shela. The light of Shabbos and the pleasure of Shabbos, yes, a good piece of meat, a nice bottle of wine, a delicious challah, a good dessert, good herring, not in that order. But yes, these oneg, this pleasures of Shabbos, they're wonderful, they're wonderful. But the highest high and the greatest light of Shabbos is that our soul's at peace. There's no email to check, and no WhatsApp to respond to, and no news to tap into. And there's nothing to follow. There's no to-do list. There's no technology. Our natural state is to be at peace, is to be happy, is to have serenity, is to have tranquility, is to feel that our neshama is connecting to its creator, is to laugh, is to read, is to fall asleep, is to spend time that we're fully immersed in that time, not distracted by anything else. So to be at peace, to be returned to our nature is what gives the neshama the greatest joy. The greatest joy. And here in a footnote, Rabbi Efrem goes out of his way to emphasize that Shabbos Kodesh Yom Shal Shalva V'Rogea B'li Lachatz. Shabbos has to be a day of peace, serenity, without pressure. Uviprat b'yachas liyeladim, especially when it comes to children. Tzarach she'argishu simcha v'shalva v'neimus. There has to be a pleasantness and a sweetness and a peace. Even spirituality should not come to put pressure on children. Chavri, you hear what he's telling us? We come to the Shabbos table and we think we're about to give a shir klali. We come to the Shabbos table, we have all these divrei Torah worked out. We come to the Shabbos table and we're going to do parsha questions and answers and demand our children give us divrei Torah and demand we review the whole parsha and demand and demand and demand. But if that adds pressure, if that robs us of enjoyment, if that creates tension and friction in the air, then we've compromised on Shabbos, because Shabbos has to be peace, sweetness, pleasantness, deliciousness, connection, between a family, unity, love, everything. And it's up to us to guard it and to protect it. Don't raise your voice. Don't lose your cool. Don't show disappointment. Don't express frustration. Doesn't mean that we can't have high standards for our family. Doesn't mean we can't have ambitious goals. But if things don't go our way, Shabbos, the avira of Shabbos, the atmosphere of Shabbos, the natural habitat and natural atmosphere of Shabbos, those who visit our home, those who graduate from our home, those who are raised in our home, they have to say Shabbos, it was different. All week long, there was hustle and bustle. There was running and doing and going and chaos. All week long, they were doing and expectations and demands and responses. But Shabbos, all of a sudden, my house became totally different. Shabbos, there was peace. Shabbos, there was sweetness and pleasantness. Shabbos, there was quiet. Shabbos, the natural state of a home during the week. Quick. Did you do your homework? Get ready for carpool. Did you get dressed? Did you brush your teeth? Did you go to sleep? Did you wake up? Did you put that away? Did you shop? Did you cook? Did you clean? Did you pay the bills? Did you? Shabbos were all week long, running, going, doing, conquering. The natural state, the natural environment, the natural habitat to default to our nature, the baseline all week long, running, going, doing. Shabbos, flip a switch. Shabbos, we flip a switch. Shabbos, peace, calmness. And anyone who sees or measures or observes our home, anyone who lives in our home, anyone who visits our home, it has to be palpable and tangible, that shift, that difference, that feeling. But it doesn't happen on its own. It doesn't happen by accident or by coincidence. It happens with intention. It happens because we work on it. So a person has to protect that the matzav at a meal has to elevate. Don't bring up topics that are going to create tension. Don't fight. Don't raise your voice. Don't get into it. Don't not be talking. Don't express this one didn't help enough. This one stole this one's seat. This one ate too much, didn't eat enough. Don't speak about things and don't speak in a way that doesn't belong at the table of the king. Elevate by singing. You know what singing does for the neshama? Singing is the nourishment of the soul. So we fed the body. Nobody can sing when they're hangry. We suggested maybe the whole origin of Toa Meha, eat a little bit on Erev Shabbos, is don't come into Shabbos hangry. Eat a little bit, take off the edge, Toa Meha, taste the deliciousness of Shabbos, Erev Shabbos, so you can calmly go into Shabbos, don't raise your voice. And then we eat a big meal. And at the meal, now we've taken care of the body. Ooh, now the soul is unencumbered, unburdened. Now the soul can thrive. The neshama can succeed to be strong in clinging to Hashem. It's not thinking, oh, I'm so starving, I'm so hungry, I'm so craving, I'm so thirsty. You just ate a good meal. You're satisfied and you're rested. Now you could sing. You could lose yourself in song, in a nagina, in a niggin. Now we can elevate to the highest level, to what it's really all about. We'll continue with this, elevating and calming and keeping our eye on the ball of what Shabbos is all about. And that all happens on Friday. We turn our Friday into Erev Shabbos by thinking, by planning, by creating expectations, by flipping that switch to change the whole atmosphere in our home. Mazel Tov on number 200. I wonder, any of you with us all 200? I was. I think I'm probably the only one. But if you have been, thank you for coming along on the ride. Looking forward to continuing to learn and to grow and to turning our Friday.